Are you someone that has a problem establishing healthy boundaries? Are you feeling drained by others because they are always in your space? Do you have a problem with saying no? And when you say yes, you feel resentful. If you do, this is the journey for you. We're on day number 13 of our 60-day healing journey that will establish healthy boundaries. Day number 13. The affirmation for today is, I release the need to control others' reactions. Do you have a problem with always... Okay, let me give you an example. I know some people that before they actually do something, they have already thought about the whole thing. They have created this whole story in their mind about how this is going to end before they actually do it. And then guess what? They won't do it again because they told themselves the story about how this is going to play out. Are you that person? So the affirmation is, I release the need to control others' reactions. You got to be organic when you're doing stuff. You got to be true to yourself. Are you being true to yourself when you're creating this story about how others are going to respond? And because you think you know, you respond a certain way. That's not organic. How can you attract what's naturally for you when you're acting in this way? You're simply going to attract situations that align with that false narrative that you created. Situations that keep making these things happen because you create this story in your mind. That's not real. That's not organic. That is what you are creating. The somatic practice is you're going to shake out your arms and legs, imagining tension leave your body. So we're going to shake our arms and legs again, relieving tension, getting some movement in the body. Another practice that you can do is visualize emotions freely flowing, yet within your own space. So they can have colors. The emotions can have colors based on what you think they look like. Just visualize those things freely moving in your space. The journal prompt is, how do I feel when someone pushes my limits? How do I feel when someone pushes my limits? Are you angry? Do you feel sad? How do you feel? Do you feel anxious? How do you feel when someone pushes your limits? Do you just give up? Do you shut down? Do you withdraw? So all of this is not, if you think about the negative response, because I'm sure it's a negative response that's coming. These negative responses are getting in the way of us establishing our goals. Because how can the rest of your day be productive when you allow someone else's response to you to change your mood, to change the way that you feel? The tiny boundary is politely redirect a conversation that feels invasive. So if somebody getting all up in your business and they starting to ask questions that they don't need to ask, don't answer, just redirect. For example, I went into a store the other day and this young lady in there said, oh, you look like you do this, blah, 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 this, that, and the third for my career. And I said, yes, as a matter of fact, I do. And she said, well, what did she say? She said, do you like it? I said, yeah, I've been doing it for over 20 years now. And she said, I said, no, I'm at the point now where, I'm kind of like, finding other things to do as well because, I've been doing it for 20 years. I like it. It serves me. And she said, do you make a lot of money doing that? And I said, well, yeah, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. I did not answer her question because it's none of her business how much money I make. And I thought that was kind of disrespectful, asking me about how much money I make. Because you can Google how much a career, how much people make with their career. You can Google, what does a doctor make? What does a lawyer make? What does a teacher make? You can Google that. So to ask somebody how much they make, yeah, that was a little bit too much. So I redirected that conversation back to, yeah, I've been doing this for such and such time, and yeah, it's fulfilling. So yeah, that's what you have to do sometimes, because people will try to invade your space, especially if you're giving off the I'm very nice, I'm approachable, and now people just feel like they can just do too much sometimes. And I'm not saying that so you can become hardened, because some people are just gentle spirits, just beautiful souls, and they just are not angry people. They don't look combative. They are easygoing. And sometimes people try you when you're that way. But then you have the right to redirect. You have the right to not answer. You have the right to set the tone. The bonus holistic tip for today is brew a calming tea with lavender if you have, or even rose petals for emotional balance. Hibiscus tea, that's great for your heart as well. You can get some chamomile tea. Just brew some tea and sip some tea and just relax. So that is our holistic tip for today. I hope everyone is feeling great. I hope you're feeling healthy. I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.